Wow, Robert, this was such a stunning performance. I enjoyed it so much. The delicate moments that you were able to create, the magical moments, and also the articulation was so crazy. What's your ligature? And which clarinet brand do you play on? Welcome to today's video. So this is a very interesting phenomenon in the clarinet world, that whenever someone plays amazing on YouTube, on Instagram, and people really love it, like the main comments will be always, what's your clarinet? What's your ligature? Which reeds do you play on? Yeah. So I think there might be a little misconception in the clarinet world about this topic, because what is he doing now? I'm trying to listen. I can't really hear anything. Yeah, I don't know. It might be only me that is concerned with this development that is happening in the clarinet world. But I really think that if 50 or 60% of the comments on an amazing video where someone just practiced 15,000 hours of his life and then practiced, what do I know, maybe 500 hours on a certain piece, and then the question is, which reeds are you playing? Because it's really not the reeds, okay? It's really not the clarinet, and it's really not the ligature, okay? So the ligature is the least likely thing to make a difference. Yeah, but in general, we should be more appreciative of the person that played the thing, because it's 100% like this. If Martin First just grabs the clarinet that is standing next to the clarinet he just played on, he will still sound like Martin First. If Andreas Ottensamer will, I don't know, change the mouthpiece, most of the world will not notice, yeah, because he will sound like Andreas Ottensamer. He will sound like all of the phrases, musical ideas, imagination of his sound that he practiced into his personality, into his brain. It's impossible to get this out with a material change. Before we dive straight and deeper into this very interesting topic, I will introduce kindly the sponsor for today's video. It's Tomplay. It's an amazing sheet music app for beginners, intermediates, and professionals, okay? Where there's recordings. First of all, there's the sheet music of almost all the important clarinet repertoire in there, okay? And then there's also the recordings of the accompaniment recorded into the app by professional players, okay? So it's, in my opinion, perfect for beginners and also intermediates, because it will allow you to practice with accompaniment if you don't have the opportunity to do this. The effects by doing this will be that your musicality improves, your timing improves, and your musical abilities improve, because you start adapting to a professional player that is playing together with you in the app. In the real world, it's really difficult to get a professional player to play with you if you're not on their level yet, but in this app you can do it, and your own musicality will, in direct correlation, adapt to the musicality of the pianist, of the cellist, of whatever piece you decide to play, okay? Examples, what you can find there are, for example, the Mozart concerto, Weber concertino, Schumann fantasy pieces, Brahms sonata, Brahms trio, Brahms quintet even, okay? So there's no limits. If you would like to experiment with this app, okay, please use my link down in the description. It's the first link down in the description. You will get a free 14-day trial with this link only, okay? So make sure to go via this link if you want to try the whole thing for 14 days. I would really recommend it. I love the app. I will keep the app for myself. I really enjoy using it from time to time. Let's continue with the video. The material trap is a trap that I also fell into at the very beginning of my studies. I was around 19 years old and I thought buying a new mouthpiece, trying new reeds, trying new ligatures and spending money will get me there. And it really, really doesn't. And if I adapt the ligature of my friends, it will not in the slightest bit, change my sound, okay? Not even a little bit, because your sound, your performance is made out of your musical ideas, your colors that you want to create, your phrases that you have imagined in your ear, your desired sound that you would like to hear from your clarinet, the slight, I don't know, vibrati that you make on a long note, your ability to play in perfect rhythm. Okay, so these are already almost all the points that your music is made out of. And notice the clarinet and the ligature and the reeds were none of these points. Okay, those points are all made out of you practicing, you becoming a better musician, you training your ear, training your mind, training everything that is necessary to become a great musician. Yeah, and material can be a fun hobby to get into a very expensive hobby, but it will not solve clarinetistic problems, usually, yeah. So clarinetistic problems are solved by going through basics, yeah. These are air support, which is the basics of everything, then embouchure, articulation, and fingers. Okay, these are the 4 basics on the clarinet. Please note, number 5 is not which material are you taking. These are the 4 basics, and I think more clarinetists should, if they hear a genius clarinetist playing in an Instagram reel, on YouTube in a performance, something like this, they are using up a question which makes no difference. They could be asking, how did you train your air support? Do you have an exercise to share for articulation? How did your tonguing get so light? So these are all valid questions, because I'm sure the artist had a way to get his articulation so wide, and he can share it with you. If he shares you that he's playing on a B40 mouthpiece, you will have this information, but there are people that can't play at all on a B40 mouthpiece, and they are pure geniuses on a B40 mouthpiece. So the B40 mouthpiece is not the factor that differentiates the 2 players. So we should be asking more questions about clarinet technique, I don't know, phrasing, imagination, all of the basics. Yeah, because this is what actually made the performance genius. And I always really cringe a bit when I see someone that gave his whole life and 50% of the comments are like, dude, what's your ligature? Yeah. So yeah, maybe this video will help to change this up a little bit. And yeah, I also think we will make more progress by asking about clarinet technique and not about material. If you want to take the first step now and educate yourself about air support, embouchure, articulation, and fingers, okay, the things which make a difference, okay, the things where $300 spent on is not lost $300 like in a Silverstein ligature, okay, whatever. Anyways, if you would like to take this first step, please join my website. It's clarinet-masterclass.com, the gold membership, where I share all the things that helped me get rid of my clarinetistic problems after I was able to get out of the material trap. Yeah, so if you would like to get this information, please join the website. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.